Just two adjacent girls living in a lovely world. They took a podcast train going anywhere, but kind of specifically through Austin, Texas. Yeah, hook 'em horns.
Adjacent. Very near, next to, or touching. Our tailgate is adjacent to the left field fence. ADJACENT. Adjacent.
All right, welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Adjacent. We're here in studio today with gorgeous,
stunning,
hot,
meow,
too bad she's not single.
mink. I mean, what do you call it?
A mink.
A mink.
Yeah,
Mhm.
minx.
Yeah.
With the X.
Minx.
Minx. Yeah.
Yeah, minx.
Something like that. Anyway.
MILF.
Oh, a MILF for sure.
MILF.
All right, who do we have today in studio?
Emily.
Emily
Day.
Emily Day. We call you Day, but do you go by your married name?
So, up until I returned back to Austin ISD, I left for a few years.
Yes.
And then when I came back, they put all my information in as Bacon. But I had been
Okay.
Day. I had used my maiden
Right.
name because I love,
It's fast.
it's
Yeah.
fast. People know me by Day for years and years.
Yes.
And they put my email address as Bacon. They put everything in. And to change things in a government entity,
Oh,
y'all
yes.
know, it was
Yes.
going to take I was just whatever. So now I think people call me Bacon, but
But you go back
I
and
still love
You
Day.
answer to what?
I still love Day. You can call me that anytime.
Yes. Oh.
Because my sisters we're all the Day sisters.
Yeah,
so,
the Day
yeah.
sisters.
Aw.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
so sweet. I feel like what you don't know about Shelly and I is we lost touch with you, and
asked about you every week.
when we heard that other people were getting to hang out with you, we were like, really? I don't suffer from FOMO, but I had legit FOMO.
Yes.
Because
I was like, how do I get invited?
Yeah. I was like, what do we have to do to be
Yeah.
part of the club?
I know.
Well,
We're back.
We're back.
We're back. I'm back. I think that for a minute there, oh my gosh, on the way here, I was like, I'm going to get through that podcast without tearing up, but I might, because
Same.
I say all my emotions, happiness, sad, all the things, I just
Yeah.
can't contain them. So
No.
they come
No.
straight out of
Yeah.
my eyes.
Agreed.
Barry
Agreed.
sometimes is like, why are you crying about that? I'm like, I don't know.
It's just who you are. Yeah.
But I think for a while, I kind of lost myself. I got busy in work and parenting.
Well, you have
and
two boys that are busy.
Yeah, yes. This past year was super rough for a lot of reasons.
Mhm.
And New Year's Eve, we went to my aunt's beach house in Galveston.
Nice.
And the next day, it was freezing cold, believe it or not. The next day, I went and did a plunge in the ocean.
Oh.
And
A good
I don't
proper-
know if y'all believe in this, but y'all are friends with Krista and Ashley, and they believe in this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I submerged myself. It was freezing cold, and I puffed up, and I thought that wasn't enough. So to get rid of the year before, so I submerged myself again. I popped
Good
back
for
up.
you.
I walked out to Barry, and I said, you know what? I need one more time. And I did it a third time and came up, and it was
Wow.
like, I am holding on to that kind of letting go of last year. And not that y'all are talking about last year. Y'all are talking the years. I am stepping back into myself.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Welcome
And
back.
my word for the year is abundance. And what that means to me is abundance in friends again, abundance and I had stopped doing happy hours with people. I had stopped, I kind of went into myself for a long
Mhm.
time.
Sometimes
and
you
now
have
I'm
to. Mhm.
stepping back. So don't y'all worry.
Yay, We're glad. We're glad.
So thank you for telling me that.
Yeah.
I feel guilty, but
No.
I'm I feel like
By the
I'm
way,
coming.
it's a two-way street.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is.
If I wanted to, I would have. I let those borders happen because I was kind of in the same state as you. I kind of went into a little cocoon, but now
Yeah.
I feel like
I
I'm out of my
know.
cocoon.
Yeah.
It's so fun, kind of the reemergence of where you've been, the lessons you've learned, and going into yourself for a little bit, even though I do think that relationships suffered for a while, but then like coming back out and being like, okay, this is who I am, and I'm gonna try to keep stepping into that.
Oh,
and
good.
it.
Good. Well, we're
Okay.
very thankful, and we are so grateful.
We're glad you're back, and
I'm
we're
so
glad we're
glad.
all back.
Yes, I'm so
And
glad.
You
we-
bring
Thanks for
so
having
much
me.
great energy.
You do.
and
Thank you.
I just love
And I love
being
to
around
cry. And
Shelly
we're
cries a
so
lot.
grateful that we had a weekend together.
Yes.
Yes.
And really had some healing time and
Yes.
regrouping time and
Great
reconnecting
connection.
time.
Yes.
And I feel like there's, ebb and flow, life's happened, but I think there was some miscommunication, and I'm glad we were able to clear
Yeah.
that up and be like, okay, we're back and we love
We're
each other.
back. I know. I cannot wait for what this year
I
is going to
know.
bring
I know.
with us.
Yes.
And then, so I'm really
Yes.
excited about it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
And another beach trip and
I know. We're going to have so
joy
much
and
fun.
sun.
We're up for it.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
I've never been on the beach trip.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
we are doing 2.0. We've got an
Yeah.
upgrade sitch.
Yes,
coming,
yes.
So you got to sign on
wait.
up.
You sign up for the right year.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
Yes.
Tell me your sign, because I want to know if I am understanding, because Shelly can be very tearful too at times.
When's your birthday?
January 17th, I'm a Capricorn.
Okay. Okay. And do you resonate with your Capricornness?
I do, because I
Okay.
think Capricorns have a lot of like steel inside of us.
Mhm.
And I do know another Capricorn though who is very like sweet, but I still feel like she has kind of a
You're very
steel
sweet.
inside. Well, one of the women that I work with, she calls me sugar and spice. And I kind of think that that's probably perfect for like my Capricornness. Like
Yes.
I have this like, and also I think I'm kind of on the cusp. So I got an astrological reading done in the summer. And it was something about like the moon rising, I think, was what brings in like my really sensitive part.
Right.
But my Capricorn is really like growing up, the word for me was industrious. And I was like, what is that? Like, what a terrible word. And then like as I've gone through my career and how I think that I show up in life, I'm like, okay, industrious fits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a
for sure.
Capricorn?
No, I'm a
No.
Virgo.
Yeah, she's an
Oh.
emotional Virgo.
No.
But I think you had Cancer in one of your signs,
Yes.
and they're very emotional.
Okay.
I'm also, am I getting too far off
No.
script?
No,
I'm
do it.
also y'all know kind of my
Yes.
family. So, because we have the same family.
Yes.
But I'm the oldest of 5. And I talk to my sister Ellen sometimes about like my tearfulness and my ability to just be like emotional about things, or like why the tears are just kind of always there no matter what. And she was like, well, but a lot of it has to do with the fact you're the oldest.
Right.
And you were growing up with our parent. So you were the first for everything. So you were the first one to. Are you the oldest? No.
No, we have a brother and a sister that are
that's-
older. I'm
there's
the
a
middle.
break.
But there's a
Yes.
break, and I'm the oldest of the.
But she's the middle,
I'm the
the
official
actual middle,
middle.
but she's the
Oh.
oldest of the 3 youngest.
So in my family, it's interesting. So I'm the oldest and my brother, right? So
Mhm.
that means there's a break. Is that how it is? Are we exactly the same? And then 3 girls?
Our brother's the oldest, and then
Oldest.
our sister. But I understand what you're saying. Yes.
And then so the last 3 of my sisters, they are an interesting kind of bond. My
Yeah.
middle sister is like interesting.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
family dynamics are really interesting.
Oh, it's so interesting.
but I always appreciate that Ellen is like, you were the first. You were the first girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, when you were the one having to kind of go through everything for the first time.
Yeah.
And I think, we hold on to that forever and ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think birth
Birth order.
order
Oh, yeah.
is important.
It-
Zodiac signs are important.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
and
feed into who you are. Yeah.
Where were you born?
Yes.
Lubbock, Texas.
Where are you from? Yes, Lubbock. Okay.
Lubbock, Texas.
How long did you live in Lubbock?
Oh, so I I don't remember, actually. This is a terrible thing. I should know. But we moved. So my dad was an undergrad and then went to law school. And the first 3 of us were born there. So I was born, I think, when he was an undergrad. And then my brother was born 21 months later. And then the next one. So 5 or 6 probably before I moved. We moved to Houston. And then when I was in the middle of 3rd grade, we moved to Belleville, Texas. It's between like Brenham and Sealy.
Yeah.
And then my grandparents had a farm, or have, we still have the land out near Round Top.
Nice.
So
Yes.
that's where we go.
So you're
on the
kind of like
weekends.
a mixture. Well, Lubbock to me is like very. So you were in a big city, then you went to a really small town, basically.
Yeah.
When did you come to Austin?
So I graduated college in 99, in December of 99. And that January, I left and went to McKinney, Texas, and taught for that half a year. And then I moved to Nacogdoches, Texas for 2 years.
Beautiful.
And then I had a cousin who lived in Austin, and I found myself going to Austin every weekend. And I was like, it's taken me a while, but so I was in my early 20s. So I lived in or around Austin except for 3 years when we moved to Massachusetts for, the majority of 20 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where are your parents from?
So they're both from Houston or Houston area.
So how many generations of Texans are y'all?
Oh my gosh, that is a fantastic question, and I'm not sure. But as far back as I know, because one of my grandfathers, his family grew up in West Texas, and I feel a real connection, man. When I go to West Texas, and I went to Abilene Christian University for my college, and then we'd go to Lubbock on the weekends, and I really love West Texas.
Yes.
Like, there's just nothing
There's a mystique to
like it. There is, like, the wide openness. I'm going to sound like a Dixie Chick song if I say, the wide open spaces, but like literally that's what it is.
It's one big giant sky there.
I just love
Those
it.
sunrises and sunsets
Yes.
are not, you can't compete with them. That's incredible.
And then his wife, my grandmother, I think, was raised in Houston, but I might be butchering that. And I don't know if that should be quoted on the podcast or not, because I'm probably... And then...
Don't worry, your sisters are going to send a list of corrections to us. We're fine.
It's fine. And Shelly will read them and I won't.
Love it. I don't know. That's great. I need to go back and see how many generations.
I wonder how many generations. Like, what if you're like one of the 300?
I don't. Yeah, that's a great question.
You wouldn't be shocked, right?
That would be incredible.
But today's St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
And so day actually originated as O-Day. And they dropped the O and the apostrophe when they came over to America. And that's how we became day. So
I love it.
I have big Irish roots.
Oh,
I do know that.
I love that.
Yes.
We claim it either way.
We claim it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we drink like Irish people.
Yeah. We're Irish, and then
our livers are Irish.
Our brother found out that we were Scottish, and we were so disappointed.
Yeah, but I still claim that I'm Irish. I think he had the wrong DNA test.
That's funny. I love it.
So what took you into teaching?
So I love this question so much.
You're not being interviewed for a job, though. Just we're not interviewing you for a job.
No, we are.
Oh,
because I know it's like when sometimes you go into jobs, they're like, "What took you into teaching?"
No,
but I know it's a passion
love this
of yours.
question. It is a passion of mine. I think about it actually a lot because I can't quit my love of teaching or public ed, and public ed right now is, I think, under the gun. I know we don't. I'm not getting political, but like
it's under
teaching
attack,
is
for sure.
under attack, which makes my heart like so sad because I just think that my experience has been fantastic teachers that make such a difference and who believe in it, and that's why most people get into it.
Yeah.
When I was a little girl, This probably shows a lot about my personality. I can remember being in classes and just being like, man, if I was doing this lesson right now, I would do blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
Little. Isn't that like such like a snotty thing though? Like that's such a snotty thing.
No,
Like, who was
I think it's a first child situation.
I was
This is
just like,
yeah.
why aren't they doing things this way? They're teaching us about maps, and really we should be able to blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I got into college. I had no idea what I wanted to do. And believe it or not, I was walking to class one time and I was just like, I need to be a teacher. Yeah. And I switched my major right then, and it just made sense. And it was like a puzzle piece clicked in. And I just wonder if people, this has made me wonder a long time, if people know in their core, if they would listen to it and lean into it. Do people know in their core really what they should do? But then we listen to the noise of it doesn't make enough, or this is what my parents want to do. Mm-hmm. You know, I had a friend tell me one time, like, I would have loved to have been a teacher, but my dad would have killed me. Like, it doesn't make enough money. My son, August, right now is so good with kids. And this makes me sob. This does make me sob. He said he's told us like 2 or 3 times, I would be a teacher, but they just don't make money.
No.
I have to tell you, yes, they don't get paid what they're worth.
Right.
But you can make a very good career out of teaching because there's so much potential for growth.
Yeah.
And
you get to retire.
And you get to retire. I mean, you get a retirement. And a lot of companies, you don't get a retirement.
I agree.
Yeah.
Listen, I am very happy with my
we need
path.
men teachers.
I agree. And I think he would be fantastic because I think, is sometimes, he just is not engaged. Like, he engages with teachers that he feels care about him and pour into him. And I think that, I don't know if there are teachers who are sometimes that are like actively like trying to, always engage our kid. That being said, on the heels of me saying that most of my experience with teachers have been fantastic, but I do think August might have a little bit of that, like what I used to have of like, why aren't these teachers doing this, and this?
Well, I will tell you, our brother is a teacher, and he has made a beautiful life.
Yeah.
He's made a beautiful life as being an educator. So
I love that.
And it's in his blood. I mean, your husband's an educator.
Yep.
You're an educator. It's in his blood. So he should just also, you don't have to do something forever anymore.
When education can
you can do it and then pivot.
So different now than it did like back when we were in college. It looks different because you can be an educator virtually.
Yeah.
You can do one-to-one.
Yeah.
It can be educating people in nature. I mean, there's just so many opportunities.
There's so many different ways to educate people.
And as the world becomes more AI,
yeah,
the education piece is, look at everybody that's going into coaching right now.
Yep.
Education. I mean, that's what coaching is education. And so there's so many different avenues. And as AI takes over all these other jobs, coaching and education is like a necessity.
Yeah.
It's like a grocery store. It's like
Well,
it's
a necessity. Educators are a necessity. So
yes,
I agree with you.
What was it? What was the shirt?
Essentials. We're essential workers.
Essential workers.
Yeah.
And it's not going to go anywhere. And, I really want, I hope that people will lean into like this, what is calling to them, and know that like things will fall into place.
Yes.
They will.
They will.
And you'll be happy. I look back on my career and, I've been in the classroom and then out of the classroom. Right now, I'm like on the Austin ISD legal team, which is actually like fantastic. I'm loving it. And that also is like in the education system, right?
Absolutely.
And I don't regret any of my career.
Yes.
I don't regret getting into teaching. I don't regret the struggles. I don't regret any of it, because actually, like, the genuine joy and the genuine, and my favorite, I think about going back in the classroom all the time, because that is just the most rewarding. Like, people, I hope people give our children credit for how smart they are, you know, like how brilliant. If you ask them like questions, not just like yes or no questions, but you really tap into their thinking. That is my like favorite thing. Like, tell me about that. Why are you thinking? What do you think about this thing you just read or saw or did? Ugh, it's the best.
I know, kids
It's the best.
They're always inspiring and surprising.
Yes.
And people underestimate what they are and who they are and what they're capable of.
Lean into it more. But I feel like you're exactly where you need to be.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like, you know, in a law, sometimes when you're in administration, you forget about the kids, and you're going to remind them about the kids.
Yes. Yes.
Always.
Yeah.
And you're going to remind them, wait, why are we doing this?
Yes.
Is this about Joey in kindergarten? Or is this about paying, you know, for this guy to run for office?
No, that's such a good point. And I actually really love the team I'm on right now, because they're keeping the humanity in their role, which sometimes, like, I think attorneys get the rap of maybe not keeping humanity within, but this team does. And they think about the teachers and they think about the students, ultimately the students. And I do think, thank you for saying that, because I do think I'm able to pull that thread, because I never forget why we do what we do.
Absolutely.
Never.
I love that. And I loved that watching your career from afar, you weren't afraid of taking some risk. Like, going in different directions.
Industrious.
You're very industrious, very industrious. And I think that I always, I love to be in the classroom, of course, but I always looked at other people that were taking those risks. I'm not a risk taker generally. I definitely am one of those people that thrives in a very like set pattern schedule, but I don't like schedules, but I thrive in them. But I watched you, and you would, you know, I'd be like, what is she doing now? Oh, she's over here now, and she's doing this now. And you were like doing all new things. And I just think it's so brave of you.
Thank you.
To always try something new, but always in your foundation is at the core is your love for children and keeping that first and foremost.
But I do think this industrious thing, I love this so much, because every time we have a conversation, I do think you're always solving things.
Yes.
And I think that's where the industrious thing comes in. And I think anywhere you would have gone, because you have that skill, whatever career you would have chosen, it would have been like, you would have been an asset to the team.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Very fascinating.
Pivoting a little from teaching, I want to talk about you and your husband. I bet when he met you and took you off the market, he was like, I am the luckiest guy.
Won.
I won.
He's
hands
like,
down.
I'm dead with that. I don't know what to say to
How did you guys meet?
Yeah.
Well, so he went to ACU as well. I actually worked in the guys' dorm in the little like lobby place, right? The office lobby.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? I got that job, I think, when I was halfway through my freshman year, and then kind of kept it. It was perfect, you know. Like,
yeah,
love it.
You got to cherry pick.
I love it.
She got to be the cherry picker.
She's like swiping left and right.
She was swiping left and right early on. She was like, Sarah, you need to meet dorm room 75 East.
That's so funny. Actually, that is a missed business opportunity.
There you go.
Now I could go back and make some
match.com.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
You would be the originator.
I'm really sad that I didn't think about it. But
No, you were like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, offer me.
Oh gosh.
I think I brought it was fun because like they'd come by and like
And you're
talk
so
about
friendly.
stuff.
Mhm.
You know, I can talk to a wall. Talking's my favorite. People are my favorite. So it was like the best job.
Oh my gosh, so fun.
But Barry is super shy. Not as much anymore. He's really introverted. And he always says that introverts have to exist in an extrovert world. And I totally can see that. So I would see him and the guys in the dorm would stop and talk and check in, say hi. And Barry would just always look at me and then walk through the lobby and not say anything. Barry and
You're
I share
challenge accepted.
Yeah. So Barry and I share a love of Halloween, and I remember going to one of his in college. He lived the more adventurous life in college. I didn't as much, but I went to a Halloween party. He lived on they called it the Stilt House, and it was raining, and there was a storm in this house. They had taped black garbage bags all around the walls. My brother was there. My sister was there. So many people were crammed into this Stilt House, and it was swaying. As I know now, I look back and I'm like, what were we doing? They had a huge bonfire, and I don't know how they got it to go so high. But that I remember I think my brother was friends with Barry, or we were friends. Then fast forward to we were both in grad school at UT, and we were at some bar one night watching a band, and my brother's college best friend was staying with us, and he and I were talking. Barry walked up. He got my number. We started hanging out, but mostly it was a hangout while we were both out, call. I don't know. And then we kind of broke things off for a minute and then came back together. And then it was just we knew we were getting married, and then we got married and had baby. I know. I don't know if it's that exciting.
No, that's wonderful.
But I think at first, because he was an
knew.
introvert, that was hard for me because I can talk to a wall, but I like the wall to talk back a little bit.
A little bit. At least acknowledge.
And he would just we'd go out, and he was super shy. And so I think that might have been why we broke it off for a while. And then all of a sudden he wasn't shy. And I was oh, this guy's super cool, super funny, super smart. One of the smartest people I know.
You just sit next to him in the corner and have a great conversation.
Yes. Our wedding song was it's that one by the Dixie Chicks, or the Chicks now, I guess. It's the peaceful quiet you bring to me.
Oh, right.
No, is that the name?
Yes.
Something, I don't remember the name of it. Right. And it's just the most beautiful, and that's exactly what he brings to me. Because I live kind of in a state of, inside my brain there's always a consistent level of, maybe anxiety, maybe it's just I want to get things right, so he really he does a great job of calming me down. And man, that man has been the best father, y'all. He grabs our boys, he kisses them on the face, He's shows
teaching them
these not men, but 16 and 13, almost 14.
I can't believe they're 16
I can't
and
either.
13.
And August is now almost 6 feet tall, and Abram's his height, and he will just grab them and and I think that young boys need that.
They need that.
And need to
they need
see
the hugs, the kisses, the touch.
Men don't shy away from affection. And he's just fantastic. I love the father he is.
Oh,
good.
So you have 2 boys.
2 boys.
Tell us all about them.
Oh, well, August right now is coming back from a Port A trip.
Oh, good for him.
Oh, Lordy.
He went with parents of one of and then there were 5 boys or something like that.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
And so I have never, I was listening to Krista Kuhn, one of her when she was with y'all. She and I are actually a lot alike, and how we have kind of our kids. Our kids have been feral.
Yes.
And outside and
in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way.
They love to explore. They're not just sitting behind the screens.
Yes.
They're up and
my
about.
youngest climbs everything he can, has since he was little. So I have not really been a helicopter parent at all. I don't have that bone in my body. I need them out exploring, falling, figuring, problem solving, all those things. Having a 16-year-old has made this I had to come to peace with it at some point, because it's this all of a sudden this worry that wasn't there before.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm not quite sure how to reconcile that with who I am as I don't want to live in that space.
Yes.
I don't want that to be what takes up my mind.
Right.
I already live in this pretty high level anxiety all the time. I don't want, but all of a sudden they're driving. Can I say sex? I don't know. They, you have to think about sex.
Yeah.
And not all of a sudden, but it's just here before you know it.
Yes.
So it's these things that have real consequences.
Yes.
And I'm much better now than when he first turned 16. And I was oh my gosh. But anyway, he went to the beach.
Yeah.
I'd wake up in the middle of the night and look at Life 360 and be what is he? He came in at 3:00. And he was back and forth on the beach. So the other day, yesterday, I got on his Instagram and y'all, he's at some party on the beach that looks like he is my college spring break trip.
Yes.
I was August Everett, were you at this party? He was maybe.
Oh my God.
Well, I have to say this. I miss the days when kids got to do what kids did. And you don't want your teenage kid to be so sheltered that when they go to college, it's their first experience with all of that.
Absolutely. So I talked to him and I was how's it been? He's well, we went to 3 parties last night. And I was okay, were you drinking? And which I don't.
You're not driving.
Our thing has always been, you will drink.
Yeah. Eventually,
and we know that.
Yeah.
Please call us.
Right.
Yes.
Call us to come get you. I don't think Lockhart has Uber, but somehow
I think they're getting
we would rather. Oh, really? I mean, fingers crossed. Come on.
I think we have it in Smithville, so it's
great.
coming your way.
Maybe we do. I need to look into that, but. We know we want you to be a kid. We want you to experience these things.
Yeah.
We're not going to fault you for that. No questions asked, but we will come and get you or make sure that we want you to be safe because I cannot even imagine something happening, so.
Well, and it's we've talked about, it's kids these days, when we were younger, we would do dumb stuff. The police might pull you over. You're doing dumb stuff and they'd be okay, well, I'm going to follow you home and make sure you're safe.
Yeah.
Now you're going to jail. You're losing your scholarship. It's just kids aren't allowed to make mistakes anymore. The risk have gotten to be too high. It's if we give them a safe place and we allow them to explore in a safe area where it's I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to guide you.
Yeah.
You're
changing your role.
Yes. And that's very different how I grew up, right? It was no drinking, all the things were a no. We did not enter into these. What?
People just snuck it.
I know.
We learned to be sneaky.
Yes. And right now I really love the dynamics that we have with our kids. We try. Not that, I think that teenagers probably lie. I'm not I'm not that naive where I think that he won't ever.
And do you want to know everything?
No, I do not want to know everything. I want to keep something
a complete secret for the rest of my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he said, and I thought this was good. I was were you drinking? And he was no, I was the driver. So he got a golf cart, but I think they kind of reinforce. I know last year my 13-year-old got pulled over. He was 12 at the time. He was driving a golf cart.
Yeah.
The cop asked him how old he was. He was I'm 15.
Oh my God.
He's go home.
Yeah.
But August was driving his friends around, so that's good. I don't know why I just told you all that,
yeah,
but that's where he is right now.
But I love that he's getting
this
to
is
do
important
these
conversation
I love
for us.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, we interviewed my mother-in-law, and when she grew up in Daytona Beach, and they were on the beach all the time.
Yeah.
And the sneaking and they'd wait for mom and dad to go to bed and they sneak down on the beach. And she survived, and she's in her 80s and stuff like that, and celebrates those experiences. They were such learning opportunities.
Yes.
We need to allow people to learn from mistakes instead of shutting it down.
Agreed. And I am a full believer in that. Like, I would not, he was not going to be in trouble for doing those things. I'm so glad. I'm sure there's things he's not going to share with me about his little spring break trip, and I'm also happy for that too.
Spring break, poor day. There's a lot of exposed titties.
So I was looking at that. I was like, when I say it looks like a party I went to in college, maybe there were college kids there. I'm like, oh my gosh,
for sure.
There's girls.
These bees were just like this,
holding up the patas. I will tell you, Emily, I think the best thing that you can do is to tell your boys, I believe in you and I trust you. Yeah. We've given you all, the lessons that we can, and we're here to share, but we're here to help you grow.
Yeah.
But I believe you and I trust you,
Yeah.
because ultimately you have to let them grow up.
You do. And what's interesting about having a teenager, I think, and then, Abram's about to be 14, so two teenagers, it's crazy. Is that all of a sudden it's kind of like you put all this time and energy into them, and you're doing the heavy lifting of parenting, right? I think that the heavy lifting of parenting really comes when they're younger. Not that we're not parenting now, but
it's different.
August has a job, he's driving. Abram also has a social life. He's working a little bit on the weekend as a busboy.
Nice.
And all of it, they do their own laundry. They do the kitchen, because I think that's important too.
Yes.
And at some point I was like, y'all can figure it's not that hard to put laundry detergent into the washer. Y'all are doing your own laundry, because I'm not doing this panic. Where's my blue shirt for tomorrow? I'm out of it. I'm out.
Well, also you're teaching, you don't want your college kid calling you and say, I don't know how to use a washer and dryer.
Absolutely. And I think that happened.
Yeah.
Well, once upon a time it did a few. They are.
They're outsourcing it.
Stop it.
Yeah. Families are paying for people to pick up the laundry and do the laundry for their kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I didn't. My kids had to do their own laundry.
I mean, and now it's more about I feel now it's more about this guidance that we give them, instead of the heavy lifting where you feel, I don't know about y'all, but when they were toddlers, I was like, what fresh hell is it? It is exhausting. They don't sit down. They're throwing fits. They turn, you're dealing with little drunk people all the time. It's not fun. When they're 2.5, 3.5, 4. I don't know.
You're what is going on?
And then you're still in this the school, the lunches you're making and the snacks and the dressing in the morning and trying to get yourself out. I mean, it is this exhausting place, which is what I mean kind of by the heavy lifting right now. And now it's they don't want to eat. We like to do family dinners, but with schedules, it kind of has gotten hard. So it's you don't want what we fixed, fix yourself something to eat. You want something to wear tomorrow, you do your own laundry. However, we're having these they're it's that switch kind of now you have these conversations about decisions that you're making that have consequences, bigger consequences than throwing a fit because your milk spilled or something.
Exactly.
These life consequences. It is a major change.
Yeah.
A major change.
It is.
So but you have more energy to do those conversations.
Absolutely. And by the way, you have not aged at all. You look so incredible.
Oh my gosh, y'all are so thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's really,
you look incredible.
You.
I was like,
thank you.
She looks so good.
Yeah,
I'm like, how does she do it? So you moved from Austin. Now y'all live in Lockhart.
Yes.
Okay, give us the inside scoop on the Lockhart world over there.
So it is, I love it. So there's a lot of layers in that question.
Yes. Yes.
I think that, one, making a move from, like, people that I adore, that my friend group in Austin, this stage of life has been interesting because it kind of, like, to make friends and to find, like, your people who, like, you can pal around with all the time. I feel like that took a minute, a little bit of ebb and flow, ups and downs but we moved out there so our kids ultimately can have these experiences of, you want to go to the store that sells Amy's ice cream on the corner? Here's some money, take your bike. We were letting August drive around when he was like 15 to the basketball. He actually got pulled over and got a ticket, which I was like, whatever, I don't care. The cop told him, Barry came, the cop said, go home. So those kind of experiences that's what we moved out there for. August, he's a teenager, and Lockhart, there's not a lot of offerings for teenagers recreational, just
might be good.
But which is good. He's like mad at us for moving from Austin. Now all of a sudden, we're almost 5 years in, and he's like, oh, there's not. But that's why we wanted a smaller town feel. What we have eyes on our boys all the time. If they listen to this, I'll probably be mad to hear that, but it takes a village, and I want people who say, oh my gosh, I just ran into August at Summer Moon. Like, that's where he's working. That's really been great. Now, on the adult side, our side, I love that everywhere I go, I see probably 3 or 4 people that I know. Every time I go out to the square, there's something going on all the time. There's I know all the time there are events,
and it's growing.
And it's growing.
It's a beautiful town.
It's beautiful. There's live music to see, probably the way it was back in the day in Austin. It's either free or here and there they've started charging like $10 to see. But I feel like that's reasonable. There's cute little places that are opening up. The woman that taught my boys, their choir teacher or their music teacher in elementary, she started a bar called the Case Room, and it's like she's doing so well. It was like that was her like second career, and it's been so fun to see her. She was an amazing teacher, and now Barry and I go in to have a cocktail, and there she is, and she owns the bar.
I love that.
I know. And she knows our kids.
It's like a Hallmark movie.
I mean, it really is just... It's so interesting. It's a small town. My other friend Kay owns a little wine shop there. Y'all have to come. And I'm so proud of her. I think I'm probably going to get her age wrong, but I think she's in her 30s. And she, opened up this wine shop. And
that's amazing.
She's done a great job. And she's always doing like new things to bring people in. And it's like a real destination for Lockhart. I don't know. I like kind of we live a mile off the square.
Yeah.
And I like that I can walk, and...
Or take a golf cart.
Yeah, we don't have a golf cart. That's on
that's on your list.
On our wish list.
Oh, good.
Shelly wants
a moat.
What is that?
It's a really fancy golf cart.
Oh, great. I love it.
I'm sorry.
No,
you distracted me with the moat.
She loves moats.
They're so cute.
We saw one when we were in the Hamptons.
Is it a golf cart community?
I love it. There's more golf carts that I'm seeing, but not quite yet.
Okay.
It hasn't hit quite yet. And also, like, as much as it's growing, Lockhart is this real interesting mix of people that have been there for years and years.
Yes, and
then
the
people
growth.
that have like moved in. So you still see how, I don't know, it's like interesting. Like you can see this like beautiful historic home that's been redone, and next to it is like a family home that's been in the family for generations and generations. But the mix of, one thing that I wish more like would happen is that I do see, and if people listen to this, I'll probably be mad that I'm calling it out, but that's all right. But what I see is people who are moving in, they want it to change and be like Austin and us, like further ahead, kind of like more progressive right away. But I feel like when you do that, you disrupt the community ecosystem. So we should be, one thing, when we moved, Barry was a high school principal. So we became friends with a lot of people that had been there for generations. And that was really good for us. So we kind of have like a leg in the people that have like moved there and want things to be more progressive, and then a leg over also on the side with people that have lived there for generations. And I think you have to marry the two.
Yes.
And right now, I think maybe where the growth is happening, there might be, I don't know if people would agree with this, but sometimes I feel like there's a little bit of a tension between like the people who want the progression right away and then the people, but mostly everybody just loves what we have in Lockhart. And I'm really, really grateful for that.
Yes.
And we're all like happy. We love to
good.
like go downtown and hang out and all the places and the things to do.
I think growth, being mindful of keeping traditions and having some progress is good. But when you are putting yourself into somebody else's town, you need to adopt a lot of their ways and try to assimilate into their culture. It's okay to bring newness to it.
Yeah.
But, I think Lockhart was kind of doomed to grow because it had HEB. One thing that's keeping Smithville from growing is it has Brookshires.
Yes. I grew up with a Brookshire.
It's the worst. No offense. You have to drive to either Lockhart or Bastrop to get your groceries.
It's true.
I'm sorry.
And Bastrop has the best HEB. Bastrop, I love their HEB.
I know. It's so crowded.
But
once you get
That's
HEB,
painfully
you're
crowded.
doomed.
Yeah,
But
you're
your
doomed
HEB
to
at
grow.
Lockhart's been there a while.
Well,
It's
and they
just
have
when
a
they
state
expanded it.
park with a golf course.
Man, have you been to the Lockhart
Heck
State? So
yeah.
that is, I don't even think it's a hidden gem anymore. It's just such a gem.
It is
like
a
we
gem.
love to go out there. The golf course is so cute.
Yeah.
We'll go like hiking around.
Yeah.
I love that we have the state park out there.
Yeah.
So there's a little pool.
I know.
So you go in the summer, you pay like nothing to get in.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's great.
I think one thing that people that are in small towns don't like is that the price increase happens.
Right.
And then
The
it's like
property
I'm
tax.
Oh my gosh.
getting priced out of my home.
Who's in the government? Is it a grower or a slower?
Yeah, in your city council.
Your city council is like, are
Is it
they
a
like,
combo?
let's be the next Austin? Or are they like, no, let's be,
They don't want to
let's-
be Austin.
let's be Buda. Slow
They don't
down.
wanna- well, they don't want to be Bastrop. It's
Yeah.
way too big now.
I think that, so this past year, there was a woman who got elected who I think is progressed, like wanting things to happen pretty quickly. And then there's a mix of others.
good.
Like there's
Some of the old-timers. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the guys on it, he grew up in the house we live in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love
And
so
then
y'all
he
get
and
the
his
scoop.
best friend, who also grew up in town, are both on the city council.
Oh, good.
So, like,
okay,
I think,
love
it is.
I love it.
I don't
a
know why
mix
they
of
don't just move city council meetings in small towns to just the donut shop or that's where you should have it, where all the
Yes.
farmers and the ranchers
That's the
go.
Donut Palace.
Donut.
I mean,
That's where all the
I-
Smithville people make all the decisions.
I go in sometimes to bring donuts to work. And there's this group
Yeah.
of guys
know, love it.
that are sitting there. There's the same group every
Yep.
day. They know
Yes.
how much their cup of coffee, because I'll
Yep.
watch them like pay for, the
Yeah.
dollar, whatever it is
Yeah.
for their coffee and their little whatever they eat every day.
Every day, same
Yeah.
thing. Yep.
What is like Luling and Lockhart? Is there any like tug of war?
rivalry?
I
that-
don't know. I don't hear about it too much.
Okay.
I have a friend that teaches in Luling. I don't really hear. That's a really interesting
Yeah.
question.
Just because of the
Um,
watermelon thump.
yeah.
Do y'all have something similar to the watermelon thump?
We have Chisholm Trail.
Okay.
That sounds dirty.
Yeah, it's I think that probably I'm gonna be in so much trouble when this
No.
airs. I just want y'all
Not
to
at
know.
all. You
I love
said it.
Lockhart. I
Yes.
can't, but I think
I
that
love Lockhart.
I think that I think Luling probably has us outdone with the watermelon though.
Oh, well, the
versus
watermelon
Chisholm
stuff
Trail.
is
But man, I'm going to
something.
get kicked out of Lockhart for saying that because I know the
Well,
Chisholm
you have
Trail's
other
been
things
around.
that are
We have
incredible.
so many things. The
Yes.
Texas Monthly Barbecue Fest, that's a huge
That's
thing.
huge.
And that weekend that it happens, there's just so many things that happen like around the course of the year that are just done so well and are our favorite things. So Texas Monthly Barbecue Fest, I am not a
Texas
I don't-
Monthly?
Yes, so they come into the
Is it
city.
monthly?
Oh, no, they do.
Okay.
The
No, that's
Texas
the-
Monthly,
that's
the
they
magazine.
have like the
magazine.
top 50 barbecue places across Texas, and you can buy a ticket and go in and take your tray and like try all their food.
It's like the first week in November.
It is yum. I'm not a huge barbecue. I'm not going to pay but on the square, there's vendors,
Yes.
there's people giving samples,
Yeah.
there's bands. So we like walk around the square.
Oh, yeah,
and
that
it
sounds
is
fun.
So much fun.
I like barbecue fine. I just I also just like to grill out in my backyard and and you know, it's lovely. If somebody's like, let's go have barbecue or let's go have Mexican, I might choose Mexican.
Yeah.
You know.
Same.
So
Well,
Same.
if barbecue had better margaritas.
that's true.
You're right, but Terry Black's has a black margarita, and it's like
Oh.
my favorite thing.
Okay.
I don't know if they have it. I'm sure they have it here, but if y'all ever come to visit,
Oh, we're coming.
we'll go to Terry Black's and have a black margarita. It's just my favorite thing.
Okay, tell me about the first. What's y'all's first
Friday.
First Friday?
So fun. So it is probably our favorite thing every month. The stores stay open later, and later's like till 8. But usually
Sure.
there's like
Hey,
bands
that's
that
great.
happen.
Yeah.
We have an amazing art gallery
Yes.
run by, their names are Tamara and Donna, and they always have, most places have free drinks. So like a lot of people go to the art gallery and then they just like kind of travel around all of the stores on the square.
So it's like a
and
sip and
usually
shop.
there's a sip and shop. That's exactly what it is. People are giving out little free cocktails and then shop, and then there's music everywhere, and
Lovely.
you go and you just walk around and see your friends and, go see whatever bands are playing after the shops close down. But it really is just like such a good energy.
A
People come in.
community.
In the summer, there's another event called Courthouse Nights. And I think it's on, so not the first Friday weekend, it's on like an opposite weekend, like the next, I don't know, every second or third weekend. I probably butchered that too. And they set up bands right by the courthouse. So they
how
shut down they shut down the streets around the courthouse.
I love this.
And then you just take your chairs and you bring your cooler.
yeah,
And you just like sit, and they have
How
really
lovely.
great bands.
and
the
you're
kids,
walking distance.
and we're in walking
you
distance.
just need a golf cart. So
I know,
bad.
you're right. I do. But like what I love about Courthouse Nights, actually, even First Friday, is that there's like families and generations. But Courthouse Nights is especially fun because this is when I miss having littles. I'm watching like all my friends with families, and like the littles are like up in the trees and running around in packs, and the adults are having fun and filling their buckets, like
So
dancing.
it's coming up
and-
because it's the third Friday of every month,
Third
April
Friday,
to
great.
August.
Friday.
Yay!
Yeah,
that
7
was
to 10.
fast.
Yeah.
It's so fun. That really
That looks fun. I'm
is-
going to totally go.
I can't wait. It's really relaxing. The bands they have are fantastic.
Yeah, they've been having really good music down there.
The music scene is really
great.
on an uptick.
Yeah,
It's
that's
really
great.
great.
For those of y'all that don't know, Lockhart is known as like the barbecue capital.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it is very
Yes.
well known for barbecue.
And the food is delicious.
The-
Don't let
but y'all
us stray you
don't.
away.
You don't just have barbecue.
Mm-mm.
What are y'all's other
No, some-
restaurants?
There's a place called Commerce Cafe that I love. There's Old Pal, which have y'all been into Old Pal?
Yeah.
So Old Pal is like the guy who did it, like who bought it and kind of redid it. It's just like an old school Texas bar, but the food is fantastic. So it's a bar and there's like booths and tables. And it's a horseshoe bar, which is so fun.
I love horseshoe bars.
I love a horseshoe bar.
I do too.
And when Barry and I go out on date night, so we try to have a date night every Wednesday.
Nice.
And we belly up to a bar. We try to get the corner.
Yes, I love a corner.
Yes.
Like the corner seat on a bar is our favorite. At a horseshoe, there's not really a corner, but if we go to Old Pal, we just sit at the bar because, at this point we know the bartender's there. It's like family. But we take our boys there. My dad loves to eat there when he comes in because they have the best smash burgers. They have deviled eggs. My mouth is watering. Deviled eggs that have like chili crisp on top of them that are to die for. It is so Old Pal's fantastic. There's a pizza place. The pizza's fantastic. I mean, I don't know. The restaurants around Lupin Lil's, it's great. The restaurants around the square are really fantastic.
Yes.
And we don't, we really don't go to barbecue that often. Barbecue's expensive.
Well, it's in Texas, I have to say this. We all know how to barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
And so it's not like, let's go have some barbecue.
I know. I feel like when John grills, I'm already getting what I need on that. But I like to go to barbecue places. It's just, I think what it is like you're saying, it's not where I go and get my good cocktail necessarily.
Yeah.
Well, and it's so heavy.
Yeah, then I need a nap.
Right.
Yes. Yes, and you need a nap.
But you can low carb it there if you're on a low carb
for sure.
You can. Yes.
Okay, we know your kids and your hubby and all of that are your mad loves, but what are 3 mad loves that you have that are not like, you don't have to list your family.
Not family.
We already know.
And it can be anything.
Anything. Mad loves.
Like I really love
red meat. That's what
okay.
somebody said.
Yeah.
Oh. So I have some that are kind of concrete. So if I hadn't been a teacher, I miss my calling to be a farmer.
Yes.
Y'all might know that about me already, but I put in a big veggie garden every year. Last year, we put it in our front yard because our backyard didn't have enough room to support it. And I'm just really, my dad's dad gardened, huge veggie garden. And I think that that's in my blood.
Yes.
I have to put things in the soil. So I plant
to
lots
ground.
of
You have to ground.
I ground, yes. So I grow
love it.
as many wildflowers as I can, zinnias, like the ones that really love our sun and our Texas heat. And I have like vegetables. And in Still Magnolias, there's that scene where Weezer is like, brings in the bags of tomatoes and she's like giving them away and I can't stand this. And somebody's like, then why do you do it? And she's like, I don't know. It's like, I have to do it.
You have to do it.
And that's in me. Like, I have to do it. Along that thread.
I love that you're quoting Weezer.
Oh my gosh, it's like my favorite. Because when I saw that, I was like, yes, like I can't.
Kindred spirit.
Yes. I have chickens.
Okay.
Those are like, can I combine 2?
Yeah,
like
for
chickens
sure.
and sourdough. I'm into the sourdough thing right now.
Good.
I think I just like.
So you really love home building and being part of that.
Are you homesteading?
It's homesteading a little bit. Like I wish I had a little farm stand. It would make my heart so happy just to sell
you can do
veggies,
that.
flowers, sourdough.
You can do it.
100%.
Chicken eggs.
Chicken eggs, yes. I would love that.
You could just say, I'm going to do it every once in a while.
Day stand. It's open today. From
I know.
From 12 until
to whatever.
12:30.
Yes.
You should do that.
And then my third thing, even though I don't think it's fair because I combine chicken.
That's
They're
okay.
all
it's
like
okay.
chickens
Yeah,
and
you can
sourdough.
do 2
It's not a hard, fast rule over here.
Yeah.
I think you might have been asking about tangible things, but I don't.
No.
One thing that I, if I ever had
Your answer is so lovely
so
and
lovely.
amazing.
I actually
and it
loved
speaks
your
to my
answer.
soul.
Yes.
And thank you so much. Gardening is
I try to
Jody's
garden.
favorite.
I'm not good at it, but I really try.
But,
I love that.
Now I'm like, I'm coming to visit
I
you.
want you to come
immediately.
visit and see all the things.
I want
and
to
let
see.
me
Yes.
sit outside and drink coffee and have the chickens around you.
We
and
totally
all the
can.
things. It's my favorite.
Okay,
Or
what
a
was your
cocktail.
next thing?
So my last thing that I really have a burning desire to figure out how to do this. Like y'all mentioned coaching a while ago, and I don't know if you meant like athletic coaching or people coaching,
No.
but people coaching teams, that is I'm so passionate about that. I've looked into like, what does it mean to get certified as like a coach? Can I do that? Would it be like at this point profitable? I'll be like, I'm looking at like a whole new starting over halfway through my
Why
life.
not?
But that's where like I worked for Texas Tech for 4 years. I had student teachers and like that's where you see
thrived.
growth
Yes.
is when you sit down with people and you ask them questions and you get their thinking and then you have them think through things with your questions. And that in teams, like I feel like people really miss the mark on teams when you don't devote time into really building your teams.
Right.
And that is a real passion of mine, is like how to build teams that trust each other, that feel safe with each other. What does it mean to like put everything on the table even when times are tough? So Brené Brown talks about teams that rumbled together. And I think we don't rumble together enough. I think probably in relationships, we don't rumble enough together.
Well, I think in education, it's really hard to rumble together.
It
I think it's
is.
very hard. You are very separated.
It is.
And by the end of the day, you're exhausted. So there's
Yeah.
not a lot of collaborating.
There's
There's not a lot
not.
of crossing
No.
paths and sharing information.
No.
Y'all don't have that time.
Well, and I
No.
think that people have a lot of avoidance of any level of
Yes.
discomfort.
Yes. Yes, I agree. You're absolutely right. So it's like this balance of how do you set it up in a way where there's this, like, you understand that you're coming together, you're putting it out on the table. We're not going to take it personally, because that's the other thing, is that people take, work and your career can be very vulnerable. Like, people take pride and they kind of like hold it like this. But what I think they miss is that when you hold it close to you like this, you don't see the, like, if you were to open up your work and talk about like what might be holding you back as a team or as a person in your career, if you were to open it up, like, it is hard, it puts you in a vulnerable place, but man, the growth that comes from that, right? Probably on a lot of different, but the hard part is not taking it personally, knowing that work is just work. And I don't think teachers always, or educators, I understand, like, our work is not just our work. Our work comes with a lot of passion and a lot of feelings behind it. But I think about these things all the time. I listen to Brené Brown all the time talk about, like, how to grow really good teams.
And there was a great, when I was doing like a lot of gifted and talented, it's like, you don't grow if you're not at all physically, emotionally challenged.
You're right.
If it isn't uncomfortable, you're not going to grow from it. You're going to just stay stagnant.
Yes. So one of my favorite quotes that I actually have to, I don't have to, when I first heard it, I had to remind myself of it like over and over and over. But you can choose comfort or you can choose courage, but you can't choose both. Like, you're either like in a place of comfort or you're in a place to be courageous.
And there's times where you want to be in, one is fitting you at that time and one is fitting you at another time.
Right. Yeah. I heard that quote in a time where I really needed to be courageous and lean into it. And it really grew me. Like, and I just kept having to remind myself, like, this is not going to be comfortable. Like, I'm in the place of having to choose courage right now. And now that, like, once that year kind of passed, I feel like now it's easier to lean into being courageous without having to remind myself. But that quote comes up a lot of times for me still.
It.
So,
oh my gosh, Emily Day,
go!
I need a fan club shirt.
Go!
I love you so much. Y'all are the best cheerleaders.
Serious.
Y'all are the best cheerleaders.
Serious.
I appreciate
We're
that.
inspired by people like you, and that was the whole
thank
reason
you.
we wanted to start this, is to connect and get adjacent to incredible minds like yourself.
Well, it's like you saying it out loud in a public space that other people are going to hear it and go, yeah, I want her on my team.
Yes.
Thank
I want
you.
this. Yes, we all want this. We all need this. And you get the validation to justify being courageous and being uncomfortable and making that move.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you for coming all this way from Lockhart,
come
Texas.
back. Keep us
north of the
posted.
river.
I can't wait to watch.
We will
what
come to you
happens.
next time. We'll bring our mics.
Yeah.
We'll sit down with your boys. We'll sit down with Barry. We'll sit down with you.
Would
And we
love
will have
that.
just a powwow.
Let's do it. I want y'all to come in for all the things.
It was-
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna
we want to just set up like
We have a
shop in
whole goal.
Lockhart.
We have a whole goal.
Oh, I can't
We want
wait.
to do like a whole 2 weeks in
Series, yeah.
Lockhart.
Yeah.
Yay. Oh, yes,
Mhm.
please do.
Yeah.
I also have grand plans for y'all. I want y'all to come out
Good.
to my parents' link where we
Yeah.
shoot, skeet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll do it
the
all.
things,
Yeah,
so.
we're down.
We're game.
Anyway,
Thanks,
we
y'all.
love you so much,
Love
Emily. Thanks for
y'all.
sharing
Thank
this
you.
time with us. And with that being said, Texas, Texas.
Yeah.